It's Saturday, and it's time to cut the grass.
Yep.
So, I'm getting my work boots on right now, and I'm about to go cut the grass, but there's a couple things I need to do first. One of them is grab a pair of gloves, because, I don't know, I just prefer doing yard work with gloves on. And then I also have to fix the seat of my lawnmower. Funny little story. The seat is actually right there, so I'll explain. So here's the story. I've been using the lawnmower for probably like a year now. You know, on and off during the summer and whatever, the mowing seasons, and everything was fine. I noticed the seat started moving backwards and forwards, and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, but whatever, you know, like maybe that's just what it does. Let me finish in just a second. So what happened was, everything was working normal, and then all of a sudden, as this was going back and forth, one day I was cutting the grass, and as you can see, there are clips on the bottom of this. Well, one of these had gone inside of the seat. So there was literally only one clip in the groove, and as I'm going around the corner, the seat goes whoop and just spins on me, and almost fell off, but I didn't. So I was like, okay, something's wrong. And so I stopped the lawnmower and looked down. All the bolts were gone. I literally had no screws in the bottom of this. So I went to the big box store and I found bolts that fit. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. Maybe some of you engine guys slash yard, people, if you own a business, whatever, know much about lawnmowers, here's a question for you. And it's mainly actually directed at dual and cut and trim. If I'm cutting the grass and I hit a big patch that's kind of challenging for the lawnmower to cut, and all of a sudden it kicks out a big old cloud of white smoke, I'm assuming that's bad, right? Maybe leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'm gonna assume it's bad. Yeah, so. All right, let's check the gas and get started. So here are the plans for our lot, and I did a rough sketch of where all the trees are located. And what you'll see is that I normally prefer to start in what I call area 1 of my yard. Let's get into it. First thing I always do before I get started is go around and pick up sticks that have fallen off the trees, different branches and stuff. We have a lot of trees, so that's constantly happening. Once I pick that up, I'll get started. And I'm gonna explain to you how I approach each section of the cut. So, yeah, let's go. So recently we've had a lot of storms, and I actually hadn't been able to cut the grass in about 2 weeks. So there were a ton of branches to pick up. I can't say that I have a particular way of cutting the grass, at my home, but I do prefer to at least start from the outside and work my way in. From there, it varies. Sometimes I'll create smaller areas. Other times I'll literally just go around in circles until I get to the end and everything's been cut. At least that area has been cut. One thing that this is helpful with is, for instance, like the yard was today, if the grass is longer, I'll have a lot more clippings left over. So I like to continue to go around in a circle and get everything in a central location. So as you'll see toward the end of the video, when I clean it up, it'll be way easier instead of it being all over the yard. After I finish area 1, I normally move on to area 2, which is on the other side of the house. Today I actually cut just one little outline all the way around from the front to the back, which the back area is what I consider area 3. But you'll see that there's quite a lot of trees I have to go around, and check out this little move. Oh, so smooth. Whatever I can do to have to weed whack a little bit less, it's worth it. To me anyways. And then there's a little patch in between the front and the back. So I focused on it just to get that area done. But sometimes, again, I'll go from area 2 to area 3. So finishing up area 2, now moving into area 3. And the challenge is this is the largest tree in our entire yard. And the roots are huge and they come out quite a ways. Again, I usually am going in a circle. Because I don't have a zero turn, it's really hard for me to make sharp turns with my tractor mower. Hopefully one day I'd love to get a zero turn, but it's definitely easier for me to go in circles than it is the back and forth like a zero turn. And then for usually the hardest part I save for last, which is area 4. And this also includes behind our shed on the right side of our property. When I get to area 4, I normally focus closer to the area of the playground. This is usually one of the more challenging areas to mow and weed whack. So I'll try to get this done first. And something I started doing recently is I'll actually run right through underneath the swings, which is super helpful because it's just an annoying area to weed whack. And then I also, right there, I was being so lazy. I actually used the tractor to help me pull the little house and also to put it back. Makes the job a little easier. Depending on what's going on at the time, we usually have a bunch of stuff around the fire pit. Today it was just a few chairs, so I moved those out of the way so I could clean up the area. And you'll see in just a minute here, again, I'm going behind the shed making the circles. It's just an easier way to cut in my opinion, but you know, try to use what I got, you know what I'm saying? Check this out right here. This is the first time I got the big white cloud of smoke on camera. In a second here, I actually was able to capture it 2 times. So as I'm riding away here, I'm quite frustrated that that happened again. So if you're aware of what might be happening, definitely leave a comment down below, let me know. As crazy as it is to me that that keeps happening, and there's number 2. I push the lawnmower so hard, it still somehow keeps getting the job done. So you'll see here, this is actually the first time I've ever used my rake and a wheelbarrow to move the clippings off of the yard. I do have a kind of makeshift chute with baskets that go on the back of the mower, but it does not work. Literally, I can make it about 5 feet and the thing gets clogged up. So I was able to get the grass up quite a bit faster than using the lawnmower attachment. And this last shot right here is just me finishing up this little stripe that I hadn't hit yet. And yeah, that's for the most part what it looks like to cut my yard in a nutshell. So I finally finished cutting the grass, and there's still a bunch of grass to actually clean up off the ground. And I actually haven't weed whacked yet, which is part number 2, really. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to come back another day and finish it because I have things I have to do. So I might be calling it right now. And luckily Monday is a holiday, today's Saturday. So I might be back out here again finishing then. So be on the lookout for video 2. That'll be weed whacking. I'm not gonna show any more cleanup, at least not picking up the mulched grass. But weed whacking, and then I have to get my blower out and, you know, just clean everything up, make it look nice. I mean, I could still go for a while. I've been going for about 3 hours. So that's just the cutting alone. Cleanup took me about 30 minutes just to do the backyard, and there's still 2 more strips I need to clean. And then there's more I need to clean on the sides of the house in the front yard. So I mean, that could be another half an hour to 45 minutes. And I would say for weed whacking, it's gonna be at least an hour. So yeah, maintaining this yard's a pretty big job. So, I'm really tired. Hey, make sure if you're doing this and you're outside in the sun a lot, aside from wearing sunscreen, make sure you stay hydrated. Like that's really important. So, all right, I'm gonna call this one. Be on the lookout for part 2, and yeah, see you guys later.